So nobody?
Hey, don't make me slap you through the internet. I can do that apparently.
Yeah, sure, sell your OS
But-
chip.
Sadly, this game does not have joke endings like in Automata, so we don't need to worry about those. That was entirely created because of, oh, we have A to E. Let's just make one for every letter in the alphabet. Oh, that guy was like trying to get you immediately.
What the hell was that? Oh,
What,
Kaine.
those
That was
whispering?
That was Kaine.
Whoa, oh my god, what is that? Oh, it's just kind of, never mind.
I
Bitch.
guess I forgot about that. You know what?
Snake, can you do me a solid though? Can you go into your items part of the book?
Yeah.
Because I think I realized something. No, in the item tabs. There we go. Whatever is not in raw materials should be stuff that you can sell.
Whatever's not in raw materials.
You're in all. You're in recovery right now. Oh no, never mind. They all count the same. I could swear there was one thing that lets you know which, like what is like basically trash and what is like.
There's probably no way of
What
telling.
is completely sell off. Damn it! I hate it. I hate when games do that.
I'm just patiently
Oh, well.
waiting for my PS3 to download however many years worth of updates it is since the last one.
Ugh,
I mean,
that's
I bet you're probably
4.88.
a while.
you'll probably just only need one, I imagine.
Oh no, it is just one, but it's a very long download to get to 4.88 from whatever I was all.
Yeah.
Granted, having said that, I'm almost halfway done. Thank you, fucking god tier internet.
I'm pretty sure this is something I'm gonna do at some point. Once the PS3 online store goes down, that's when I'm gonna mod my PS3.
That's when people are gonna start selling PS3s with games on them digitally, without telling anyone that the only way you can play the digital games is by signing into the account they're tied to. And you might think I'm joking, but keep in mind what people did when both Flappy Bird and Fortnite got pulled from digital stores.
Oh yeah, and don't forget PT, because they sold
PT.
PS4s with PT on it. And that immediately got smacked down.
Alright, welcome to the Forest of Myth. This is gonna be a kind of a very delicate part of the game because here's the thing. There's gonna be something we're going to have to do to get a weapon early. So when we reach that point, you're gonna have to listen to me.
Also, I remembered I have an amazing background on my PS3.
What is it?
Yay.
One Piece.
Oh.
I miss the era of the PS3 where you could like basically use a USB drive to just download
Install,
custom themes. I
But
have
having
a
said
very
that-
cool one that was like a 8-bit Shadow of the Colossus one that was completely fan made.
But having said that, the ones that I've gotten with games on the PS4 are honestly I'm very happy with.
Those who dream?
Actually, they put update out for Kingdom Hearts 3 to work better on the PS5 and this Xbox, right?
Hey Snake, are you ready to become a fucking visual novel?
What's going on?
Never mind, are you ready to just become a novel?
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Where was it?
We heard something happened
Alright,
to this village, so we came to see
I'm
if
gonna
we
be
could
at
help.
the ready for when you will have to answer to some things, so...
I've got 2 weeks off from multiplayer sessions.
In your dream?
Oh, he's the one that we were dreaming about.
So, Starmic, are you excited for tomorrow in Crystal Chronicles?
Sorta. Like, sadly, Andrew is probably not gonna be able to be there because work left her to be a late shift. So we're gonna have to find a replacement.
Yeah.
Uh,
In the past weeks,
Or move it to another day. I'll do it, Snake.
a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the forest of myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams.
if you just need a warm body, I can fill in for this week.
The village mayor... yeah, I think...
That sounds so wrong.
What? Wait, shit. The village mayor determined the death dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well.
Or you could learn these nuts.
Vice
well.
stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
Now see here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Oh, good. They actually put the voices in the novel part. In the original, that wasn't the case.
I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the death dream?
Haha, oh no.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level.
No, I'll just blindly follow orders and do whatever I'm told to do, since it's only one night, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, your books aren't real people.
The only problem with like feeling a body for for tomorrow is that the problem with Crystal Chronicles is that if you get and make a character, that character is gonna level up on its own. So if someone else if you are not gonna be for the rest of the story, we're gonna have to have somebody else come on and be level 1.
Wait, it's
So
all on the
if you're
same
going to
save file,
commit-
right? And on Snake's machine,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but each character you create has individual level.
Then just Adri can tell me what she wants me to do, and I'll do it. It'll be named Adri and all that
Fair
crap. I don't give a shit.
Mayor twisted
Or,
his
yeah, just move to another night. I don't give a fuck,
grimace
dude.
and quickly changed the subject to who Snake had seen and what they discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter
I'm
my
trying
dream.
to be helpful.
Certain conversation.
Okay,
As I
fair
said,
enough.
I will
And
follow
Snake,
orders.
Don't worry. I'm not saying it as a meanie.
Right?
But yeah, like just in case, when a option to answer something Snake comes up, we need to like don't press A immediately.
Wait, press A immediately. This is a PS4 controller.
I mean, sorry, don't press accept. You get what I mean. Don't pick an option when they are offering you one.
right.
Okay?
Books are people, legit or quit.
Not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gas bag of a narrator.
Got it.
Hey,
Shame on-
my narration was great, thank you.
Ah!
Oh wait, it's not
Irritated, Vice looked skyward as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone
Yeah.
already.
The anger
Never
created by this
said heaven.
harsh words bled over to Snake like a contagion. Wait, said Snake suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Vice aside in the process. He must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words? What was it? It was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or... oh, what the hell was it? A sheep? Cried Vice suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared
Never
at him
mind,
for a moment
they lost their voices.
before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Snake's face suddenly lit up. I remember. He said, those who dream. That's what he said. I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Snake. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I believe it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. Mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along, but I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Weiss immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said, but perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right?
Bullshit.
If there was an exit, I'd know about it. Well, I guess for starters, you can do the Batman maneuver from perchance to dream and just kill yourself inside the dream so you'll wake up. Or is it going to be one of those things where you die in the dream, you die in real life?
I'm gonna go deeper, NieR.
He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Snake nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second. I didn't nod. Look, if we can be of any help, said Snake, just ask. Now hold on, I did not just say that. Silence, cried Weiss. The Grimoire looked from Snake to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Weiss's face is always confident, thank you very much. Okay, the game has completely broken the fourth wall. Now see here, Mayor.
Oh, yeah.
You told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said. You're right. You're right! I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Weiss, and dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called of the departing forms of Snake and Weiss. We're all counting on you. As Snake slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of déjà vu. I saw this man once before, he thought. But where? Snake's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once, he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Weiss was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Snake to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Snake snapped. Okay, Weiss, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk! Snake leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so big? He muttered to himself.
Probably because they didn't have to animate it.
The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, ant, click, and hiss roared out a volume that rattled his teeth. Snake slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard, "Vice, what's going on?" Snake could see Vice's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insect screamed. The forest howled. And then, just as Snake's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Zree, 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 zree.
What kind of animal is this?
Crickets and cicadas.
I guess.
I don't know what goes through.
I have no idea.
Wuma. Oh, good
I'm just
lord.
making random noises.
As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Snake began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise. It's something else. The insects weren't just calling out, they were asking a question.
Oh god, we have truly gone insane now.
1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages,
LSD?
is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer.
Game mechanic.
1 with it is lacking, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it?
I stand by
The
LSD.
answer is a secret.
That's the answer, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it makes sense.
Inwardly furious that Vice left the text to him, Snake sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret. Right? The sound of the insect stopped as it suddenly began, and the music faded. The forest undergrowth parted before Snake like a rippling wave, opening a new path. "These forest arthropods are making a road for us," said Vice with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Snake moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had purpose. "I guess the forest has accepted us, huh?" said Snake after a bit. Vice spun around to face his companion. "Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads." As Vice finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Snake picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. "Good heavens," said Vice. The surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. "I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I?" "Absurdly easy," barked Vice. "Now answer it." Snake grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right, after all. This one is pretty easy.
How can you strangle something with no neck? The answer is...
Sunlight.
Sunlight!
A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. "In all my years," said Vice softly, "I've never seen such a sight." Perhaps I've misunderstood the intentions of this place. "Hey, look!" cried Snake, awakening Vice from his daze. "There's a house or something over there." Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Vice saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. "That's weird, isn't it, Vice? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here?" Snake walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Snake. But before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning,
You shall not
2 at noon,
Oh.
but... What the... Oh, come on!
You don't need my help on this one, don't you?
Okay, I'm pretty sure everyone has known what the riddle of the Sphinx was, if they at least heard or read of... What was it that it was from? Oedipus Rex?
On my neck. Alright, I have 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, but at the end of the night
It's
with
a
3,
man.
what am I?
It's a man. Everyone knows that. Well, almost everyone. The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor!
Oh god, it's flashing us.
Cried Snake.
Good.
The small man
okay, cool.
slowly shook his head. I'm not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. What does that mean? It will make sense in time.
Tell me what?
At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Death Dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Snake watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Snake and Vice returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught the sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried. You made it. You actually made it back. His left hand grasped Snake's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right hand seized Vice by the cover and swung him through the air. God, by the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We have not even told you if we were successful or not! The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Snake withdrew himself in the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream seal, he said. At least, I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Snake filled him on the details. When the tale was done, the 3 of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Snake cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. Snake and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten, continued Vice? It is words that control the Death Dream. Words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall.
Because we can't really see shit.
Just stick to the script.
Basically.
With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor. The first time I have felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a long, loud yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear they had awakened from their dream.
Places had graphics.
Snake
Oh, thank God, graphics.
Snake shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh, wow, said the mayor in an awed voice. We did. I'm back. He blinked once again, and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. The death dream was spreading through the village, and I wanted to. Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Snake and shrugged.
Ouch. Damn atrophy.
Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to, said the mayor as a wry smile crossed his lips. You shall relearn in short order, I'm sure, said Vice. For now, you should return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the death dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished. It's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Vice. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is a home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. Snake and Vice could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Vice, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Snake mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before. Snake tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's just some kind of illusion by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. Snake gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words. And what exactly is going on here? This riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most
And finally have
bizarre
audio.
I have ever encountered.
We're finally back to the game.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Dark executions. Summon magical spikes on the ground and impale enemies. Charge to increase the number of spikes.
Yeah. All right.
For a sealed
We
verse,
can
that didn't
leave
take much
now,
effort.
but we do wanna rescue the other people trapped in the death dream, because that will give us a weapon.
It's almost as if
yeah.
Someone was guiding us to this village.
It's just
Don't
two
overthink
people, but
advice.
you need to follow my lead when it comes to what to do, because it's kind of annoying.
Okay, can't go in there.